Hi everyone, welcome to today's class, which is yoga for when you're feeling a little bit stressed out. We're going to be starting our practice with some breath work today to help us de-stress, and then we're going to move into some movement that's going to help us focus. When you're ready, let's get started in a seated position on your mat. Comfortable seated position, you might want to sit on something so your hips are a bit higher than your knees. Once you're there, you can relax your hands to your thighs or your knees. Close down your eyes and just really root through your sit bones. Find lots of length in your spine. Soften your shoulders and your face. Taking a nice full breath in and out. And again, in and out. Just taking a moment to allow yourself to settle here, to start to bring your awareness towards your breathing. And just take a moment to check in and see how that breathing feels within your body today. Is your breath a bit caught up in your chest? Does it feel quite short and shallow? Is it easy to breathe? Just observing it to begin with. And then I want you to see if you can inhale down towards the base of your spine, your hips, the back of your belly button, and your ribs. And then exhale fully. So keep on doing this, breathing down to those spaces, those corners of the body, and just seeing if we can send the breath a little bit further down into those areas. Good. Then I want us to start to think about finding a little bit more length to your exhales. So if it helps for you to bring a count to this, you could think about inhaling for 4 and exhaling for 8. Just through your nose. But if it feels really uncomfortable having the count to it, then don't worry, you can forget the count and just think about finding a bit more length to your exhales. So maybe adding a couple of seconds on to make it longer than your inhales. Doing one more round. And just taking a nice full breath in. Full breath out. Your breathing becomes natural again, and bring your awareness to your forehead space. Notice how your mind might feel a little bit quieter. And in your own time, blinking open your eyes. Let's slowly make our way to our child's pose. So coming to that all fours tabletop position. Sending your hips heavy back to your heels. Resting your forehead down to your mat. Softening your shoulders, your upper arms, your lower arms. Just taking 2 breaths here. Let your forehead become heavy into the mat. And then you're going to slowly lift your head up off your mat. You're going to slide your left arm just underneath that right armpit, palm is facing up. And then rest your forehead back down. If you need a bit more space here, you could always rest your forehead to a block or a book. Good, lifting your head back up. Stretch that left arm back out in front of you and we'll swap sides. So thread that right arm underneath. Forehead comes back down to the mat. And then lifting your head, stretching that right arm back out. Bring yourself up to all fours just briefly. You're going to tuck your toes, send your hips up and back as you walk yourself back to the mat and dangle over your legs. Just relaxing your head. Maybe your hands can come to your elbows. Having that soft bend in your knees. And just taking a moment here. Relax your hands heavy down to the ground. As you inhale, roll yourself to standing nice and slowly, all the way up through your spine, all the way to standing. Shoulders soften down the back, and then you're going to walk yourself to the top of your mat. So you might want a couple of blocks or books here, just to place in front of you, having them shoulder width in distance on their highest settings. You might want them. We're going to start by sending the weight into our left leg, coming into our tree pose. So the sole of the right foot can hover over that ankle, or it could come towards the inside of your lower leg, or to the inside of your upper leg. See how you go. Hands to prayer at your heart center, holding it there. So finding that focus point in front of you, something that's not going to move, really rooting down through that standing left leg. Keep on breathing, hold it there. Then you're going to turn back to the top of the mat. 2 more breaths. Keep pressing the foot into the thigh and the thigh into the foot. Then you're going to draw that right knee in towards your chest. Nice and slow. Hug it in towards you. And then bring your hands back to prayer at your heart center. We're going to start to lean the chest forwards, kick the right leg back into the air behind you. Come to your warrior 3. So you might want to bring your fingertips to your blocks here, or you might be able to keep those hands to prayer at your heart center. Keep pressing that back heel away from you. Draw your navel to spine nice and strong in the midline. And then rise back to standing, right knee to chest. Wobbles are welcome, it's fine. If you fall, don't worry, just bring yourself back. And then come back to warrior 3 again. Lean the chest forwards, kick right leg into the air. Maybe the fingertips to blocks. Pressing that back heel away from you. Good, hold it there, take a breath. And then you're going to bend into your front knee, slowly land that back foot down behind you, about a leg's width distance facing the long side. You could bring your block towards the inside of your foot if you want. You're going to reach those arms up nice and wide horizontal, hinge yourself forwards, bring that left hand down to your block or your shin if you haven't got one. And you're just going to thread that right arm behind your back. So just let it soften behind your back, dropping your gaze down towards the ground so you can just relax through the neck. Breathing there, 2 more breaths. Good. Release that right arm. You're going to square yourself towards the top of the mat, stepping that right foot to the top. Inhale, come to a halfway lift, reach forwards of your crown. Exhale, soften and fold over your legs. Inhale, roll yourself all the way to standing again. And we're going to swap sides. So send the weight to the right foot, coming into our tree pose. Left foot's either over the ankle, inside of the lower leg, or inside of the upper leg. Hands to pray at your heart center. Finding that gazing point, rooting down through that standing leg. You've got this. Think about lifting that right kneecap and engaging your quad. Good. Nice and long in the spine. Hold it there. Big breath in. Big breath out. Draw your left knee in towards your chest. Interlace the hands. Find that balance again. Then hands come to prayer at heart center. Inhale, lean the chest forwards, kick left leg back into the air. Come to your warrior 3. Maybe those fingertips come down to your blocks. Not here for long. Good, then draw that left knee back into the chest, rise back to standing. And then last time, kick it back into warrior 3. Lean the chest forwards, left leg into the air. Inhale. Exhale, land that back foot down behind you to face the long side of the mat. Lengthen through your front leg. Arms reach up nice and wide. Hinge yourself forwards. Hand comes down to your shin or a block. Left arm just threads behind you. Just let it relax behind your back. Dropping that gaze down towards the ground again. Good. When you're ready, we'll start to square ourselves off towards the top of the mat, stepping that left foot to the top, rolling yourself to standing. You're going to inhale, sweep your arms nice and tall. As you exhale, turn your palms away from you, send them behind your back, and interlace the hands together. Inhale, reach the knuckles down, lift up through the chest. And as you exhale, soften over your legs, torso down to the thighs, lifting the hands up off the back, popping that soft bend in the knees. Good. Exhale, releasing the interlace. Fingertips come down to the mat, deep bend in the knees as you lower down to seated. Lengthening your legs out nice and long in front of you. You can have a soft bend in the knees if you want to. Lifting your cheeks up as you inhale, reaching your arms tall. As you exhale, softening towards your legs. Don't worry if you have that curve in the spine here. Just relaxing your head, relaxing your neck. Relaxing your feet. Nice soft breathing. Good. Rolling yourself back up to seated, sliding the soles of your feet to the mat, coming down to lying on your back. Draw your knees in towards your chest. Relax your arms out wide to the sides if you've got the room. And you're going to lengthen both your legs towards the ceiling. So just let that blood flow the other way for a moment. Close down your eyes. Ease out your lower back. Then exhale, slowly lower the soles of the feet down to the mat. Take your feet nice and wide to the width of your mat and let your knees knock in together. Just place your hands wherever feels good for you and allow yourself to neutralize for a moment. Softening through your back, your shoulders, your glutes. Rolling yourself onto the side of your body, come into a fetal position. And then using both your hands to help you push yourself up to seated on your mat. Lengthening through the spine, nice and tall. As you inhale, draw your shoulders to your ears, scrunch them up. Exhale, release. Thank you so much for joining me today.